Hello YouTubers, Rugmonkey Jr. here for another video of Bare Bones Monday. The gun featured in today's episode is the SR2, and it was requested by Bubble Games. So the SR2 is actually a PDW weapon which is available for the engineer class, and it was developed in Russia. It's a special kind of little weapon because it shoots armor-piercing rounds, and it's unlocked with the assignment Packing a Punch, which requires you to get 20 boat destroys. Not necessarily kills, you just need to have to destroy 20 boats. The weapon was a lot better before the patch that came out a couple months ago when they rebalanced a bunch of stuff and they rebalanced a bunch of weapons. It was actually better back then. It's still pretty decent, you can still do the job, but if you adapt your playstyle to it, obviously, you're going to want to use this weapon in close quarters. But anyways, let's move along with the stats of the weapon. It has a slightly higher damage model than most of the other PDWs. Maximum damage is 23.5 and minimum damage is 13.5. Drop off starts at 16.67 meters and ends at 50 meters. The fire rate is quite high on this weapon, 900 rounds per minute, so that means it's going to put out a lot of damage really fast. But the muzzle velocity is where this gun has more of a downside to it. The muzzle velocity is 330 meters per second and suppressed is 270 meters per second. Magazine size is 31. It has a long reload time of 3.5 seconds and a short reload of 2.6 seconds, which is not the best time. Like, it takes quite a while to reload. It has a good amount of recoil also. Recoil up is 0.33 and left and right is 0.48. And the first shot multiplier is just crazy. It's 2.3. So when you're gonna do burst fire or something, the first shot, man, is just going to mess up your aim so much. So this is why you have to use this gun in really close range, because first of all, you're not going to do shit damage in long range. Secondly, you're going to have a hard time hitting moving targets because of that super slow muzzle velocity, which is just ridiculous, but I guess this is how they tried to balance the weapon. Something that's good about this weapon, it has amazing hip-fire accuracy. You can get kills from a couple of meters away, which is what I was doing using the gun stock. You can surely do a lot of damage and get a lot of kills with this, but seeing as it is a personal defense weapon, I would rather have something more versatile like a carbine. Let's say the AK-5C has more range and stuff like that, which is kind of why I don't use PDWs that much, because they're pretty much, well, they're useful if you have a map with a lot of players in it, like 64, and there's players everywhere. You're never going to have medium to long range distances to engage your targets at. It's mostly going to be close quarters. But if, let's say, you're playing in a map where fewer players, you're better off with a carbine. It's more adaptable to most situations comparatively to the SR2. And for this reason particularly, I liked in Battlefield 3 that they had the PDW weapons available to all classes and not only engineers. So moving right along to the attachment part of the video for the SR2, for the optics, obviously you don't want to put something like that has a magnified optic, because you're not going to be using this gun at medium range or long range. So just the regular Coyote. Accessory green laser sight. I personally don't use the laser sight all that much. It does help your hipfire accuracy, but I find it gives away your position. I put it on there just to have, because if not, I just don't put any attachment. So I just throw that on. Barrel, nothing. And for the grip, this gun, you can't modify the grip. It has a vertical grip, so this makes your hip-fire accuracy while moving a lot better. Finishing up the video on some Siege of Shanghai Team Deathmatch gameplay. Obviously I was playing Team Deathmatch because it's a much better situation in which to use a PDW. I find that PDWs kind of lost their little charm from Battlefield 3, seeing as now they're only an engineer class of weapons. So, but I could do just fine with it, but the thing is that sucks is that you can't, like in Battlefield 3, you were able to play as a medic, so you could give your partner's health or yourself health. Playing as an engineer, not everybody drops health, so you got to be a little bit more conservative. You can't rush as much, and I wasn't getting any long range kills. I was like, the muzzle velocity on this weapon is so goddamn slow that you can't even try to engage a target at a long distance, especially if they have like an assault rifle or carbine. They're just going to outgun you every time, and you're just going to be wasting ammo. Another thing about this gun, it has a very fast fire rate, so you're going to be able to, in close quarters, you're going to obviously be able to compete with some of the higher tier assault rifles, like the FAMAS or the AEK or something like that. But if you aim right, because they have a slightly higher damage model than you. As I was saying earlier, I would much more opt for a carbine. It has that versatility that I need to adapt my playstyle, or I can adapt to any situation. But the SR2 does not have that. You guys could see in the clips that I was just like trying to kill people at the ridiculous ranges, like not even that far, and I felt like I was shooting freaking BB pellets at the enemies. So obviously, so close quarters weapon, it just doesn't cut it for a long range or medium range. As I was saying earlier, this gun was much better before the patch, when the big patch where they rebalanced a bunch of weapons and shit like that. It was much better, and now I think it was too good, so they balanced it out and like reduced its muzzle velocity and whatnot. So now it's just an okay weapon. Obviously, if you want to use a PDW, there are much better options out there, but it's an okay weapon to use. I mean, I used it when it came out, but after I got 500 kills with it and they nerfed it, I just stopped using it altogether. But yeah, that's about it for today's video. Also, I apologize for putting the video out one day late. There was a lot of things happening this weekend, which made me not be able to edit my footage. Let me know in the comments down below how you guys like to run the SR2, if you like it altogether, if you ever used it. Also, which gun you would like to see featured in the next episode of Bare Bones Monday. You can also send me a Facebook or Twitter message. But yeah, that's about it for today's video. If you guys liked it, hit that like button. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.